Greetings, royal family. I'm back. I'm really starting to think that this Blac Chyna show is one big hoax. Now, color me naive. I know that reality TV is not reality, but I like to think that there's some specks of reality in these reality TV shows. Royal family, the real Blac Chyna, I'm like 3 episodes behind. Recently, episode 8 of the first season aired. So just to give a quick recap of the previous episodes, episode 6 was when the Wendy Williams show meltdown, when Chyna was spazzing on everybody. She was spazzing on Freshie, which is the publicist. He was concerned about his relationships with the people at the Wendy show. She was spazzing on Treasure, the best friend. Jamal, who is the manager, and hair and makeup or what have you. She flew to New York. She flew in her own makeup and hair people. People didn't show up on time. Chyna didn't like her hair. She didn't like her makeup. So in true Chyna fashion, if you've ever seen her on the Rob and Blac Chyna show, she acts just like her mother, spazzes out, screaming, cursing, carrying on, upset. At the end, her appearance on the Wendy show was a success. Yeah, and that's that. Freshie was just being real arrogant, talking about his 2,100 square foot office and, arguing with Chyna. Everybody was just stressed out. That's episode 6. Episode 7 is Chyna had a appearance on Wildin' Out. Jamal, the manager, asked Chyna to host his skate party, because he throws parties in Atlanta. So he asked her to be the host of the skate party. He meets up with Tokyo because he wants to invite Tokyo to surprise Chyna. Now, Ashton has a YouTube channel. Ashton did a little review of episode 7, and Ashton said that the episodes are all out of sequence, and episode 7 was actually the first time that Chyna had seen her mother in years, and not that infamous scene in the kitchen. That wasn't the first time that they reunited, which makes sense because when Tokyo met with Jamal, she was just asking him like, who are you? What is this all about? I don't trust any of you, yada, yada. All right, fast forward now, episode 8. Episode 8, Chyna and Tokyo sit down with Dr. Siri, who is a therapist. As far as his credentials, I didn't look it up. I really feel sorry for that man. He has the patience of God. Okay? So they didn't sit down for the therapy sessions together, Chyna and Tokyo. They sat down separately. So next week they're supposed to sit down together. Now, mind you, this episode is an hour long, but on Zeus Network there's no commercials, so it ends up being like 49 minutes or something like that. The entire episode consisted of 2 scenes. 2. And that's why I think it's so draining to watch, because the scenes it's like 1, 2, maybe 3 scenes. And they're drawn out. You know how most reality shows have like kind of different plot lines or whatever, plot storylines? No. So this episode consisted of 2 scenes. Chyna's scene with the therapist, and then separately Tokyo's scene with the therapist. And it is safe to say that I don't like to use that word crazy in this climate of dysfunction, but this level of dysfunction is, all I can say is wow. And that's all the therapist kept saying. So Chyna sits down and she's basically saying that Dr. Siri has worked with a lot of celebrities. So, I'm pretty sure that's the reason why she wanted to work with him. So he's very calm. His tone is very relaxing, soothing, and he's trying to get to know Chyna. Just, typical therapy stuff. Trying to get to know her and understand why she's here. I think he understands. He has a little bit of background about her and her mother's relationship, because he was asking certain questions, which, made me think that he was privy to their relationship. So Chyna is there looking fabulous, well put together, hair is on fleek, outfit cute, makeup beat. And he begins to ask her certain things, and Chyna had her guard up. So she was being rude. She was being short with him at first. she was being very defensive. She talked about how when she was 16, she had a relationship with a man that was 22, 23 or something like that. And Dr. Siri attempted to explain to Chyna that, that is inappropriate, and men who date younger girls or younger girls who date older men, it robs them of their innocence, and it also changes the way that they view their body and view themselves. He was saying that girls who are sexually active at an early age with older men, tend to be very self-absorbed. Everything has to be perfect in appearance. They really don't protect themselves in a sense. They're kind of guarded, and they just become objectified. Funny, because those are all things that describe Chyna, right? So she's getting defensive. He tried to talk about the kids of her father. Chyna's just like, she lets her wall up. This was weird. Like, Chyna has no expression when she's talking. Like, she'll sit there and, no, I'm perfect. There's nothing wrong with me. And it's just so emotionless. She talked a little bit after she took a break because she wanted to check her hair and makeup in the middle of the session. She wanted to make sure her makeup was good. And she was like kind of being purposely distracted, talking about her mic pack. And the whole time the doctor is observing her, and he's just saying, wow, okay. He's not getting mad. He's not losing his patience. Chyna asked him, how's he feeling today? Like, what? This is your therapy session. So she walks off, and then she goes in the back and she's cursing him out, behind the scenes. She's calling him all types of names and just throwing her typical Chyna tantrums. So she comes back out, and she has coffee for herself and coffee for the doctor, and he's very appreciative of it. Then they start talking. Chyna revealed that she was raised by her grandmother, and her mother was married several times, and she always felt that her mother put these men and her husbands and her life over her. Chyna talked about, what else did she say about Tokyo? She just said that, she just never really paid her any attention. I mean, she didn't dog her mom, she just talked about her reality, So once she started to get comfortable, the doctor was able to make a little bit of headway to find out how she feels and, what that did to her not having her mom around. And Chyna also expressed that she did not like the fact that her mother called her a statutory rape baby online because, it was malicious. Whether it was true or not, the way that Tokyo did it, because I seen it, the way that Tokyo did it was malicious. So Chyna was real, I don't know, she just had this glazed over, distracted look. She was nervous, and whenever she gets nervous and doesn't want to do something, she starts cursing and throwing tantrums. So at least the doctor was able to make headway with her. They tried to do an exercise where he explained to her different animals and what animals she identifies with, and she was just cutting him off, and it was just rude and childish, very rude and childish. She admitted that she was not in love with neither one of the fathers of her children, that she loves them, but she was not in love with them. Moving on to Tokyo. Lord. Tornado Tokyo walks in. Now, from the gate, Tokyo is not reserved and quiet. She is like, she wants the world to hear her plight. Like, she's going off. She's talking about her mother, about when, this is not funny because I don't even know if this is true. She talked about when she got older, she taught herself law and she defended herself in a case. And this is when Chyna was very famous and already had the kids. And she didn't support her. Her mother was there before her mom died, Tokyo's mother. It was just, it sounds all over the place what I'm saying because this is how, Tokyo's mind is all over the place. And she just doesn't, she kept arguing back and forth with the doctor. And he kept explaining to her, you need to listen. I did that already. I did that. Everything that he suggested, I already did that. I did that. So what you telling me is that I got to be quiet and I got to take disrespect. she said, I'm gangster. I'm gangster. She's telling the therapist that she's gangster and she's rough. And he asked her, did you say that your daughter was a statutory rape baby? Instead of Tokyo just saying yes, Tokyo says, at the time, I was this age and he was that age. And I met him in the mall. And, I'm walking around the mall with shopping bags and he comes up to me and he's spitting game and he manipulated me and took me back to his place. And that first day of knowing him, I didn't even know him, they had sex. Now, I'm not calling Tokyo a liar with this, but it's not unheard of. But then she goes on to say that later on, she let her daughter live with her father. I thought you didn't know him. You said he was a married man with children. You didn't know him. So I don't know. Maybe after she got pregnant. Look at me trying to make sense of this. Bottom line is, is this really real? Is this really, really real? Tokyo broke down crying one minute, then the next minute she was like, had the tight lip, like she was going to jump across the couch and like grab the doctor. She's just very aggressive. She wants Chyna to acknowledge all of the hard work that she has done. Something that made me real weirded out was when Tokyo said, she sacrificed her life to have Chyna. She could have died on the delivery table because she was hemorrhaging. And, here it is, she's sacrificing her life to take care of you, meaning Chyna. And I could have been living my life. My life could have been this and that. So basically, you resent her. Just say that. You resent her. You resent her, and Chyna is very much aware of that because I'm pretty sure you've said some other things that you probably can't even say on TV to this girl. If you're publicly calling her a statutory rape baby and talking about how, you almost died having her. Every mother, childbirth is, anyone can die. You know what I mean? From giving birth to a child. You know what I mean? Every woman is at risk when they're giving birth of something going wrong and it costing them their life. Like, you're not the first one, you're not the only one. Secondly, Tokyo, Chyna didn't call down from heaven and say, hey, I'm ready to come down now. She didn't ask to be here. And I understand respect or whatever, but I don't know. Like, she expects Chyna to have this undying loyalty to her when you weren't there for her. Like you weren't there for her. And the only thing that you think that you're guilty of, your words, not mine, is spoiling her. That's the only thing you've done. You don't want to take responsibility for anything. So I posed the question, like, is this like fake or like, I know I sound naive, right? Like, you're like, it's a reality show. Like, you really take this seriously, but it's like, it's all over the place. And if this is supposed to enhance your image, Chyna, it's not. It's totally not. There's talks of a season 2 being recorded or being filmed, the season 2 not being filmed. I just feel like it's a roller coaster. And I wish that there were more storylines going on, like with your staff or with your crew, than just you and Tokyo or just you. Yes, it's your show, but sitting there for almost an hour with only 2 long drawn out scenes, it's a lot, y'all. So next week, they're supposed to sit down and have a conversation together. And I seen the preview, and Chyna gets up and walks off because Tokyo just can't control herself. She's so angry. She's so bossy. She's controlling. Like, who do you expect Chyna? Like, you expect anybody to sit there and listen to that? Like, I don't know. I think that, I don't know. It's sad. It's just all sad. And, excuse me, Tokyo, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You saying you're keeping it real, but your communication skills suck, both of you. So, that's it, Royal Fan. Honestly, that's it. That's all I could pull out of this. Hopefully, if you guys seen it, comment and tell me what you think. I mean, there is no right or wrong. Like, it's not Team Tokyo, Team Chyna. I just feel like the two of you are going to suffer because of this. And I don't even know what to suggest to fix it, because it's like everybody wants to be right. Like, Tokyo is more concerned about being right than hearing out Chyna. You know, she wants this undying loyalty from Chyna, but I don't know if you're going to get that, Mama Tokyo. So, Royal Family, that's all I could squeeze out. I got 15 minutes and some seconds. Let me know what you think. Get down in the comments. If you did see episode 6, 7, or 8, comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you think that this show is helping Chyna or harming her? I mean, Tokyo is very clear that she doesn't care about her image. She could care less. But what do you think this is going to do for Chyna? Do you think this is going to open up more opportunities for her? Or is she just basically going to be like, ugh, people are going to stay away from her because of the drama? So hopefully they'll work it out. It looks like they're taking the right steps to work it out. Let me know what you think, Royal Family. Until next time, peace.